Hello and welcome to the weekly's Queen Table with myself, Dion John, here on Pageant Land. And we have got another incredible guest this week, and that is our beautiful Danielle Smith, who is your Mrs. Galaxy International. Hello.
Well, hello. Hey, Dion. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you. It's getting very exciting now, isn't it?
It's real. What do we say? 8 days till I go to the Queen's
Yeah,
retreat. So that's like getting very real now.
yeah.
I don't really want to hand over, but I've got to hand over to one of you new gorgeous misses. So, I've got to go.
Yeah, it's been such an incredible year, but I still can't believe how fast this year's gone. It seems so strange chatting to you now, saying, oh, actually, we're going to the Bahamas in a week. And it's like, what is happening here? It's like, where's that year gone?
Like, where has that year gone? I do remember like Caroline saying to me, it will all of a sudden it will just creep up on you, and you'll be going to handover. And I was thinking, oh, okay. And she was absolutely right, because I think once Christmas comes and goes, you're in the year, aren't you, to go. And then we obviously went from Texas to Bahamas, and everyone's really excited about going to Bahamas, and now we're going in like how many days time?
Oh, it's so exciting. I mean, I can't wait to visit this beautiful
I
place
know.
with you. I was chatting to Mrs. Bahamas the other week here on Pageant Land, and actually, she was telling me about the local cuisines and where to go and bits and pieces. And I was just immersed in it. It sounds amazing. And I feel very honoured to visit their beautiful country. It's going to be so
It
exciting.
is.
So,
It's
yeah.
literally going to be like, it's something on the bucket list, isn't it? To go and to experience Galaxy, in the Bahamas. I've never been to the Bahamas, so this is like, yeah, another level, isn't it? So thank you, Maria, for taking us all to the Bahamas.
Yeah, thank you, Maria, and we'll see you soon. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about your incredible Galaxy journey, from when it started right the way through to your international journeys in Florida, and it's just been a wonderful journey. So let's go back a few years now to when it all started, and you won in the UK. Tell me a little bit about the journey from then.
So yes, that was 2023 it was March 23 when I won UK. I actually got my sash in 2022, because if you remember, I think because of COVID and stuff, didn't you originally move a year to November or something? And then we sort of lost time. So Holly then put it back to March. So it was originally going to be November 22. And then we moved it to March 23. So I had longer to obviously parade around with my purple sash, which I loved. Doing a lot of stuff out in the community. So obviously, yeah, went along to, it was in Manchester, wasn't it, that we did Galaxy UK. Went along, met loads of wonderful new women, some that I already knew just from being a pageant mum. And it was just, for me, it wasn't about the win as such. It was probably about me just going to experience what Galaxy was all about, because I'd watched it when you did it. I'd been and watched that in Park Hall, and I just remember sitting there thinking, what is this pageant? Because this is making me just want to be on that stage. And everyone was like shouting for everyone, and there was like women of different ages, and I was like, oh, I just want to be a part of what this is. And it was actually, funnily enough, it was Libby that actually said to me, Mum, I do believe one day you will be Mrs. Galaxy International. And it was so funny, because she clearly knew that way before I knew it. And she said, Mum, just go and do Galaxy, and I know you're going to fall in love with it. And obviously I did. So very lucky to win first time. Didn't expect to win first time, but did. And the next thing I knew, I'm on my way off to Orlando with the girls, with our team UK, which obviously we were all there, weren't we, together with your gorgeous
Yes.
girl, and Gemma and everyone. And we just had the best time, didn't we? We just had the most wonderful time. And I don't think I had any sort of preconceptions. I think I was going out there, I didn't know what it was going to be like. And I just thought, let's just go out, have a great time, and meet some new women and see what happens. And I came top 3, and I was absolutely elated, because, I didn't know how it was going to work, what was going to happen. And of course, our lovely Amber and April, they won their international crowns. Chloe and I didn't. Which we were a little bit sad coming back on the plane, but you pick yourself up, don't you? You think, right, do you know what? It wasn't our time. We'll go again. So yeah, we had the most incredible time doing internationals, came back, and just sort of sat there and thought. And I remember people were messaging me saying, so what are you going to do next? Because obviously you didn't win internationals. And there was so much people saying, oh, you didn't win. So what system are you going to go to now? And I just remember thinking, but why would I want to go to another system? Because actually, I've loved it. I've loved this whole journey, being Galaxy UK, representing UK, going out to internationals with Holly and everyone. And I thought, if I'm going to do another pageant, I'm going to go back. So that's what I did. And it was actually my husband that said to me, I can clearly see that you've had the best time. And he said, I will obviously pay for you to return, for you to go again. So he paid for these as like actually a wedding anniversary gift. So I thought maybe he just wanted the peace for a week. Maybe he was just like, yeah, you just go to Galaxy for a week. Like I can have a week of peace. But anyway, so off we went again, had the best time, but this time went as Great Britain, which is your gorgeous title now. So went out there, had the best time again, met all these women. You're just having fun, aren't you? Photo shoots, everyone's having a great time, and just vibing off each other. And actually, didn't put any pressure on myself, just went out and actually placed down a place. I actually went from top 3, I went down a place. Anyway, still made top 5. Was so thrilled because it was a tough category, so many fabulous women. I mean, I was surprised that I was even going to make top 5. But I won Congeniality in the UK, and then I won it when I first went out to internationals. So then I won it again when I went out the first year's Great Britain. And I thought, I think people must have thought, is she paying people? Is she paying people to vote for her? But anyway, so that was a huge thing because, when you approach like your 50s, sometimes life, things change, hectic, you lose a bit of confidence in yourself, body changes, all that type of crazy stuff. And so I think to win that title probably meant as much as the crown, actually, because what it sort of told me was that who I am and how I was being was actually enough, and people were responding to that. So that was a huge sort of it was just fantastic. It was really, really great to have. And so came back, and my husband said, is this you done? Are you going back? Like what's your plans? And I was like, Paul, I just love being out there. Like it's that week of just, and what it's like, having a family and stuff. You just have that week, don't you, to just de-stress away from all the normal stuff, the work stuff. Obviously Lexi's got special needs. So, we have a really challenging life with her. So it just gives you that moment to recharge your batteries, I think. So, I got the opportunity to return. And again, just went out and I thought, I don't think I can do anything differently. I still did my community work, still did, my platform stuff all about women of power, which is, giving women the opportunity to step into pageantry brand new. We've never done it before. But raising money, the only clause was they had to raise money for our hospital. So that was the only clause they had to do. But anyway, it worked out really well. And we've raised over £23,000 in 2 years. So we've done incredibly well with that platform. So I thought, I'm going to go back again. I'm just going to go back and I'm going to just see what happens. And if the timing is right for me, then I will have the crown. And if it's not, it'll be someone else's turn. And that's the attitude that I went out with. You're like the interview queen. So I was like, my interview's never been my strongest thing. So, I didn't win it in UK because I think I just, waffled on about loads of different stuff. But I thought, what, I do need to probably focus on my interview a bit more because I'm not directing what I need to say, because there's so much, like you, we've got so much we want to say and so much we've been doing that you want to make sure that you're saying the right things and the judges are hearing what you are actually doing and what you're going to do with the crown. So obviously worked with the gorgeous Crystal Cavey. We love her forever, don't we? She's just, she is like the queen of, that woman is just insane, isn't she? Like any question, she just flips it round and spins it upside down. And she's just so cool at interview. So I did it and I thought, what, let's see what happens, and won best in interview, and obviously you came second.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And I was like, how amazing. I was thinking, how did that happen? but you know, everything happens for a reason, doesn't it? And I think, you know, maybe last year I think probably the biggest thing, Dion, was I think I really believed in myself. I think the first 2 years I went out, I was, you know, it was great and it was fun and everything like that. But I actually thought, you know what, like all of us, we're all capable of taking that crown because we've all got so much to do with the crown. And I think I probably believed in myself that little bit more last year. And so the timing was on my side, and you know, obviously, yeah, the rest is history, shall we say. They crowned me Mrs. Galaxy International, which is still bonkers to say. You know, I'll keep saying that forever.
What an achievement. And it was so amazing as well. The hardest thing for some of us, though, I obviously had to do my top 5 photo with you, and I was
like
trying not to cry. I was so happy, but I had happy tears, and they're going, Dion, think of your eyelashes. Dion, think of your eyelashes. I was so excited. I jumped up. I was like, trying not to, start happy tears going and everything. I was like trying to hold myself together. But it's just seeing your reaction, seeing your family, your friends, everybody's reaction, because it was, you worked so hard and it was just such a lovely moment. And I feel so honoured that I was there to see it as well.
I know, and we were. Like I said, we've been out each year, haven't we, together? So it was, it was just really, really special, isn't it? And I think that's the thing, with pageantry, isn't it? There's so many girls and women that are doing so much in the communities, platforms, all things that they believe in. And it's just lovely to see that like these women are celebrating that, and I think that's the thing, isn't it, with pageantry today? I know there's still those skeptics that say, oh, pageantry, you just, why do you want to parade around a stage? I mean, that's only a really small part of it, isn't it? It's all the other stuff that we're doing week in, week out. The stage is the fun part, isn't it, really, as well? It's where we go and have fun. The interviews where we showcase what we've done and what we're going to do. And, I think it's just a really special place. And I think, if I was probably a teen now, like your baby girl and stuff, I would probably love to go into pageantry now. I think it's like, it's just so refreshing, isn't it, to see all these young girls coming through and they've got like their platforms and what they believe in. And I just think we should be really like embracing it and celebrating it and just, giving them the moment to shine. So yeah, I'm just, even though I obviously want to hand over, I'll still want to be part of the pageant community, and I'll still, my platform will still stand. Obviously, Woman of Power, we've already got the date booked for next year. And I think that's one of the things as well, for me, it was being Mrs. Galaxy was obviously the ultimate dream. But I think what was really important was that, once this crown is not on my head anymore and it's on the next Mrs., that, we're still always Mrs. Galaxy, aren't we? That's my thing. I'm still always Mrs. Galaxy 2026. And I hope that, that I continue my work way, way into the future, and show girls that, it's not just when you have the crown, it's just in general what you do in everyday life.
Exactly. Yeah, you do some amazing things. And, tell me a little bit more about Woman of Power and how that came about, because it's such a wonderful thing. But where did it all start?
So it actually started. So there's a gorgeous girl who's actually at internationals right now, actually, named Sarah. And and she's my little Scouse powerhouse. And we actually met, it might have been a Teen GB, I can't remember. She actually heard the Scouse accent and we sort of instantly connected. And we were just reeling off these ideas. And obviously I work in a women's hospital, and I've worked there for many years now. So my passion has always been about women's cancers, gynae cancers that we don't really ever talk about, ovarian cancer, cervical cancer, vulval cancer, all these cancers that, they don't really get the press that they probably need. And so women are going undiagnosed, for many years, getting misdiagnosed, and then it's too late when they obviously find out. So I just wanted to link in with what I do in my job, because obviously I work in the operating theatres. So I see these women at their most vulnerable point in their life, because they're coming in to either find out whether they've got cancer or not. They may have previously had cancer and it may have returned. So they're coming in to find out, what the prognosis is, what does it look like, what does it mean for them? And so, I feel like I've probably got one of the most privileged jobs in the world, because seeing women at that point. You don't get much lower than that. So I just wanted to connect what, you know, pageantry and, you know, women and what we're going through and all this type of stuff. And so Women of Power was born because what we wanted to show is that, like probably you do, there's so many women that have been through so much in their life, not just cancer, but like, you know, other things, domestic abuse, you know, many different things in their lives. And we just wanted to showcase that. But what we wanted to do was say, right, we'll give you the platform, come and have fun. I know you're going to love it. You're going to fall in love with this small element of pageantry to get you started. But let's raise some funds for our hospital. And so the first year that we did it, so obviously we've done it 2 years now, so third year will be next year. First year, we made it just for something called a HIPEC machine, which is a special machine that delivers targeted chemotherapy for women with ovarian cancer. So, you know, this is huge. And I just couldn't understand why we didn't have this in our hospital, because we're like one of the leading women's hospitals in Europe. And I just couldn't understand why we didn't have it in our hospital. So we, I mean, I deal a lot with the women's charity, and Kate and Lauren and the team, they're fantastic, love them to bits. And so they really took a chance with Women of Power, because Sarah and I just sort of rocked up and said, listen, we want to do a pageant. You know, the NHS has never done anything like this before, but can we just give it a go? Let's see. It's either going to go really well or it's going to fall flat on its face. So they just said, you know what? Do it. Just do it. Go for it. Whatever you need us to do. So we did it. And it was the most incredible day. We had 12 women, never stepped foot on a pageant stage before, every age group, all different stories, some with cancer, some have had family members with cancer, some have had baby loss and bereavement. So they all wanted to, you know, do the bit for the women's charity. So that's what we did. And we had the most incredible day. And all of those women were still connected now. And a couple of them actually are you're probably going to see them on a pageant stage next year. So they've decided to take the step, which is really exciting, that they're going to, you know, they loved it that much that they're going to go and do it. So I was just thrilled. You know, that was, to me, was like what our aim was to make these women feel empowered and make them feel uplifted and just have fun and just not take themselves too seriously. So we did it. Obviously, the charity were thrilled with what we did. They were happy. They said, you know, wow, look at the money we've raised. We went again. We went bigger again last year. And then we've got our date, 18th of April, 2027, already booked in the calendar. So, you know, just really exciting. The only thing is we don't allow the women to return. So once they've done it, they don't come back, so that we only have new people coming in. So it just sort of gives them a sort of level opportunity. And we had a mixture of pageant judges and non-pageant judges. So we kept it, you know, because obviously the non-pageant judges are looking for something different. And the pageant judges, we know, as you know, you've judged many pageants. So we just gave them, like, you know, a few little rules and just said, go and pick your winner, just pick the queen. And so we've got 2 queens now, and we'll be having our third next year, which is really exciting. I just won't have this on next year, but anyway, it's fine.
Oh, bless you. I absolutely love that. What a lovely thing to do. Yeah. You'll have to, well, yeah, be fine. You can just, what are you going to do with your crown? You'd have to put it in a lovely, on a shelf, or so you can see it.
Yeah, I mean, I've said this to Paul, because in like in my, like at the part of the dressing room, I've said, like, can I have like something built, just like put my stuff on and like and he was like, okay. He said, that's it now. He's like, you're not going back. And I was like, no, I'm not going back. I'll go back.
Oh, bless you. Honestly, it's been such an incredible journey. So you do other things around CPR as well. So have a little chat about that. So that's really important.
Yeah. And I think, you know, again, because of my job, so part of my job is, you know, I will, when I'm working out of hours, I'll carry a bleep. So we are part of the team that will respond to an emergency in the hospital, and sometimes outside of the hospital. It just depends how it goes, depends how the day is going. And so I think when it's been your job for so long, and you learn so much more about, you know, delivering CPR and most importantly, effective CPR. You know, you also then realize how many people out there don't really know enough about it and would probably not feel confident to deliver CPR. And I think, it's about getting that message out there. There's something called the Resuscitation Council UK, and I share a lot of their posts for them, because we really need to get that awareness out there that, we literally all have the power to save a life. And something, as simple as learning, CPR, effective CPR, could be the difference in somebody, being here to see their families for another, 20, 30 years, that they're not being around at all. So it's it was something that I really wanted to bring in. So I've got my lovely little mannequin. He's called Heartthrob Harry. I don't know why he's called that. That was the name that actually, I think it was Grace, actually, UK's national miss. She chose the name. So
Yeah.
it's Grace. And I just always have him
Like
in my car. I have him in my car. He's probably going to go in my suitcase, maybe I'm going to say Orlando, to the Bahamas. And it's just, he's just there for anyone to have a little go. And I'll talk you through the quick steps of, how to deliver effective CPR, because I actually was with a nurse not long ago, funnily enough. And this nurse actually said to me, wow, she said, I don't work, she doesn't work on a ward that generally has patients that are poorly, that could go into cardiac arrest. So she said to me, wow, you've showed me something there today that I didn't know. And again, these are the tips, aren't they? Things change, especially with women, unfortunately, hate to say it, but with us girls, because of our chests, you find that sometimes people are reluctant, especially in a public place, to deliver CPR to a woman, because they don't want to expose them, which of course, we're totally all about that. But actually we need to be getting this message out there that, the difference between, doing that and saving a life is huge. So again, pageantry, we go to events, how many women are sat in the audience, how many women, are competing on stage. At any time somebody could fall unwell, and there's not always any, there's not always signs. So being able to just deliver that message and encourage people, and especially in pageant land, for us to, learn CPR. I've actually just put something on my story today, funnily enough. And if you go to the Resuscitation Council, you can download a free pack. It's completely free. Someone just messaged me actually and said they've done it already. It's free. It's not going to cost you anything. And it will give you the tips that you may, be able to use in the event of, a family member collapsing, somebody at a pageant event, where are our defibs? All these types of things are things that I will engage in conversation with. So, please feel free to message me, anybody, if you want to chat about it further, because it is something that I'm really passionate about. And I think we do need to keep on that, keep going with it, really, because, we want people to survive these events. If God forbid, if something happens, we have got the power in our fingers and our hands to save that person's life. And I think that's the least that we can do, is to take that little bit of time to learn CPR.
Yeah, that's an amazing thing. It's really, really important, isn't it? Because it can happen anytime to anyone.
Absolutely.
So just learning those skills is such an important thing. It could save someone's family member.
Absolutely, 100%. And
so, yeah, I do have your Instagram scrolling across the bottom. So anyone that hasn't got
feel free
Mrs. Galaxy International's, go to Instagram, and it's on the story today. So that's a really, really good thing, isn't it? So that's a wonderful thing to do. So we're going to have a little chat now about probably something that you probably don't want to do, and that's your handover. But you are lucky enough to go a few days early, and you do get a very lovely gift and a retreat of some sort, I hear.
I know, we go to the retreat, which looks insane, doesn't it? It literally looks insane. I mean, Maria she just knows how to put it together, doesn't she? She literally, attention to detail and looking out for her girls and looking after her queens. And I think that's the thing, isn't it, as well, because she does all that. I think the least that we can do is put those appearances in, because it is only a year, isn't it? And this crown will be placed, well, not this very crown, because I'm getting to keep this one, but a new crown will be placed on the missus, and obviously all the other girls as well that win. So it's 12 months. It's it's not a long amount of time, really, is it? So getting out there and showcasing the system, and showing women what we're about, and that Galaxy is a phenomenal system, I think is the least that we can do, because then obviously the Queen's Retreat, we're going to this incredible place, which is obviously on the beach. You know, we're going to do we're going to do Pilates on a yacht. I mean,
Oh,
seriously.
I love that.
I mean, I just love that.
That is so cool.
I mean, yeah. So, you know, I don't know what we'll look like afterwards. We'll probably look like okay at the beginning, but you know, maybe at the end we might not look so good. But you know, so you know, all those things that she does, isn't it, for her queens and for her delegates, she just, you know, she just loves every one of them, doesn't she? And she just wants everybody to have the best time. And so, yeah, you know, I'm still pinching myself because I'm thinking, I'm going to the Queen's Retreat in like 8 days. Like I'm getting on that plane and I'm going to the Bahamas. And I'm going to spend time with Maria, you know, and with my sister queens, with our girls, and just have those few days together is going to be really nice. It'll just be really special, I think. So I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah,
Really
it's
looking
going to be
forward to it.
amazing. I'm so delighted for you. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. And you are right. With Maria, she does like look after not only her queens but the delegates. She looks
Yeah,
after all of
absolutely.
us. We get thoroughly spoiled, and it's just an incredible week. I don't think anyone can do it like Maria does it for the Galaxy pageant. It's just
Definitely not.
something
I think, yeah, there's only one
so
Maria,
special.
isn't there? And she knows how to do it. And she just, I think that's the thing. She just genuinely wants everyone to have the best time, you know. And I think it says a lot, doesn't it? Because obviously I returned, you've returned, you know, there are returners, isn't there, that go back. You know, and so we wouldn't go back if we didn't love it and if it wasn't, you know, the most incredible experience. We just wouldn't go back. You know, if it was just a crown we were going for, we'd go to a different system. So I think, you know, it definitely says a lot about her and her team. And you know, obviously you've got Crystal, you've got Michelle, and you know, you've got Jose and Daniel. Like, you know, they're just all like beautiful people, aren't they? And we're just so grateful
Amazing people.
to like
Amazing.
to have them. And yeah, just to go out and spend that week with them is going to be incredible, isn't it? You know, I think my flight going out is going to be really exciting. Like I'm going to probably feel excited, even though I'm nervous because I don't like flying on my own. But anyway, we'll talk about that. Coming back, I think I'll probably just sleep because I'll probably just be exhausted. But I'll be excited for the new winner because there'll be a new missus, and that'll be nice to watch their year unfold. And like you say, just to come back and just, you know, get back to reality, I suppose, isn't it? But
yeah, you'll have the best time. Everyone's going to have the best time. And do you know what? The thing about it as well is people that have maybe competed before or watched before actually go back just to watch it as well or join in the
Barbara's
fun.
coming.
Yeah, Barbara. Yeah, we can't wait to see Barbara.
Yeah,
This is what I mean.
Coming. She's on her way.
Exactly, and it just goes to show, doesn't it, that that's how amazing it is because you know, people come from all over the world.
Yeah, 100%. Like you said, they're not, you know, Barbara's not competing this year. She's had some stuff go on, but she will return, obviously, because she loves Galaxy. So she will return, but she's going to come and just be, you know, rooting for you all on the stage. And like, I just think that is just, to me, that is just gorgeous. I just think that's what Galaxy is all about, isn't it? 100%.
It is, and I'm, you know, like I say, I can't wait to see so many people. There's too many to list off, but you know, the butterflies are going again.
I know. I'm like, oh, and then yeah, you think we're going.
Getting exciting. But oh, bless you. Well, thank you so much for coming on Pageant Land this evening. It's been so lovely to talk to you, Danielle. It always is, but it's been a pleasure to have you on at Pageant Land here, and all of us at Pageant Land wish you the best handover.
I know. There'll be some tears. There'll be tears, but yeah. But happy tears.
Yeah, I've got to try not to cry again, haven't I?
I'm not going to look at you. I'm not going to look at you.
I'll be losing me lashes. I'll be like, you know.
Yeah, I'm going to have to come over and fix you before like any results and stuff to make sure that you're, especially if you've been crying. I'm going to have to be like, I need a moment to fix Dion.
Oh, I know. You know, then you got well, all of your handovers. That's a bit, isn't it? And I'll be like, no, it's fine. I'm okay.
I know. Oh.
But you know, always a part of history. You're always going to be Mrs. Galaxy 2026.
I know, and I think that's amazing. It. I'll be like, oh, I'm going to take this sash away from me now.
Yeah, frame it on. Put it on.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. It's just like you said. It's just nice, isn't it, to have those memories as well, just to be like, you know what, that was like a real part of my life where, you know, Galaxy was just a huge part of like my life for, you know, so many years. And I think even when you hand over, you know, you're never a stranger, are you? Because obviously, you know,
No.
we've got Galaxy UK, haven't we? You know, where we, you know, Holly invites us, you know, we go back and we spend time, and we've got the white party in the UK. And then obviously Maria, you know, always loves her queens to return, you know, out, you know, wherever the pageant will be. You know, she loves that because that's like part of the family, isn't it? So, you know,
It is.
that's something to always look forward to, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Galaxy is equals family. We have a Galaxy family all around the world, and it's such an incredible thing. But thank you so, so much. Like I say, we wish you all the best handover from all of us at Pageantland, and I get to see you very, very soon. But
I
enjoy your
know.
retreat, and we will catch up soon. You take
I'll
care
see you
now.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.